Hi, folks. You have just seen physical changes, and you did physical changes when you separated the sand. However, the other kind of change, or one other kind of change, is a chemical change. And in a chemical change, a substance becomes an entirely different substance. And what I mean by that is a pure substance becomes a completely different pure substance. For example, if you were to take your sand, which is a mixture of different pure substances, if you take that sand and then add some very concentrated acid in there, whatever metals there were in this sand would probably dissolve and react and release hydrogen gas, okay? And you would see that as bubbles, and you would be able to test that using the test for hydrogen gas, which you already know, to confirm whether or not that was hydrogen gas. So that would be a chemical change. Why? Because hydrogen gas was not one of the substances in sand. When you get sand from Santa Monica Beach, there is not a large component of that sand being hydrogen gas. That is not the case. By adding very concentrated acid, you might get hydrogen gas from some chemical change. Some metals that are in the sand may react with that hydrogen gas some metals in the sand may react with that acid to form hydrogen gas as a new substance. So this would be a chemical change. A new substance forms. Another example of the chemical change is the test for oxygen gas that you did. You remember how you did that? Let me just give you a moment to remember how you did that. You feel free to discuss with each other how to test for oxygen gas. Okay, I hope that you discussed that to the point where you all remember that you take a wooden stick and you blow out the flame so that there's a glowing ember there, and then you insert this and it bursts back into a bright flame if there's oxygen gas present. Isn't that right? Now, was that a chemical change or a physical change? Think of the wooden stick. When the wooden stick bursts into a bright flame, what is that flame made of? Maybe we don't know that yet, but what was the wood made of? It used to be a wooden stick made of wood, which is made of stuff that looks brown, and we know it as cellulose and lignin. But then after the flame occurs, after you observe the flame, it is no longer brown where the flame was. It is now black. And that black stuff is no longer wood. It is now just something like charcoal or just carbon. You could write with it on a piece of paper. So this is now just carbon when it used to be wood. So this is a chemical change. Something has changed from one pure substance to another. Wood is actually a mixture, but inside wood there are pure substances which change into carbon, which is a pure substance. Now, I'd like for you to discuss further some other chemical changes that you notice in your daily lives.